everyone, and welcome to Write This Moment, the podcast where we share our writing journeys through every chaotic moment.
We're your hosts, Peyton and
Brittany.
and today we're going to get into a lot of updates because we haven't talked about how the writing has been going so far this year, but also talking about a writer's resilience. So, how do you keep on writing when the world seems like it's exploding around you? How do you have motivation? Also, AI. Everybody's using, well, not everybody. We're not. But the world keeps pushing everyone to use AI. So, what
Ugh.
happens to us creative people? How does this impact us mentally? It's not fun. So that's today.
Very light topic today.
Yeah. I mean, this is like one of those topics where you could just spiral forever and
Mm,
ever because, I mean, we all have our moments of struggling to, I guess, get back into the swing of things. But I think, like me especially, it's something I always come back to. I'm always going to be creative in some capacity. So
mhm.
I might have times where I do feel like overwhelmed and the world is really getting me, or my personal struggles is getting me, but I'm always able to come back. So that's important. It's important to remember that even if things have not been going well currently, that doesn't mean it'll be like that forever. So, but I think we should dive into our updates. I'm gonna leave it to Brittany. What has been going on
Oh,
with you for what is today? We're like halfway through February, so how's it been going on with your writing?
it's been going good, I would say. I had a meeting with my agent recently talking about the next round of developmental edits for my book, What You Mean to Me. And so I've been working on those recently. I'm technically on chapter 11, but there are three chapters that I haven't done within that. So, like chapters 3, 4, and 8, I haven't done completely because there's a couple of things that I haven't addressed yet in her edits. And so I'm leaving them unchecked so that I can remember to go back to them and complete
Mhm.
them fully. Um, Originally, like, there's a lot of edits that I'm doing that are like all throughout the book, like it's like ripples throughout the book. It's not just like one big chunk that I'm working on. And so originally I was like, oh, like should I go like thing by thing? So like do one thing at a time throughout the entire book. And I was like, no, I'm a chronological worker. Like I need to go from the beginning to the end. So I'm doing chapter by chapter and I'm trying not to let myself move on to the next chapter until I've completed everything in the previous one. But there are a couple of things that I need to like check with the rest of the book. If that makes sense for like
Mhm.
consistency. So I need to go back and work on those. But it's going well. I'm enjoying it. It's overwhelming,
I'm sure.
but like in a good way, you know?
That's good. Do you have like a deadline for those?
I do. I set my own deadline this time. My agent has a lot of other things that she's working on right now, so I kind of looked at her schedule and I was like, when do I think I can finish this that aligns with what she has going on? So the deadline is right now the end of March because she has nothing slated for April at the moment. Um, so it's my goal to get it done by the end of March so that she can go through and hopefully we'll be moving on to line edits after this round. I'm really trying to nail these developmental edits so that I don't have to do any more. I'm ready for the line edits. You know, like,
Yeah.
I want to do the line edits. I love line editing. Um, so yeah, it's going well. We are improving the book. We're changing some things, obviously, but we're changing some like emotional reactions from a main character, Maisie, or one of my main characters. Um, we're adjusting how she reacts to certain things, and then we're also changing some things about Christopher and how he approaches. Like
Mm,
we're changing these little things that just have like ripples throughout the entire book, and so I'm
yeah.
going through these scenes that have been like the way that they are since like the beginning of this like whole book, and I'm now changing things, which is kind of strange because they're looking different than how they used to. Like it's looked
Yeah.
like this entire time, and now it's changing the tone of things. But I'm excited. Like it's definitely going to be a much better and stronger version by the end of it, which I'm excited about.
Mhm. Do you think it's like making it more like dramatic or whatever, the reactions, or just deepening a feeling? Because I can see how that does cause ripples.
Yeah, so basically, there were some moments. So essentially, it's a second chance romance, this book. And so the characters broke up a year ago. We're also changing timeline things. We changed the timeline last
Mhm.
round of edits. We're changing it again. So
Oh my God.
that's stressful. Um, yeah, so basically, second chance romance. They broke up a year ago, and I had written it as Maisie being very angry and kind of hostile towards Christopher, and we're realizing that that no longer works, and it doesn't like really feel like
Interesting.
it matches. Um, like she's still gonna be like upset and like still have like these angry moments, but she needs to come more from a place of like missing Christopher and like so there's gonna be more hurt present than anger. So we're kind of adjusting
Mm.
things that way. And so it kind of changes the tone of certain scenes. So now I need to like approach every scene with Maisie in regards to Christopher and her feelings towards him and be like changing. Like I need to make sure I'm paying attention to how she would be reacting in that particular moment. And yeah, so like I
Mm.
recently edited the scene where like they see each other for the first time and they like interact properly for the first time. And so I had to adjust how she reacted. Like some of the dialogue's the same, but like the the way she says it is different, if that makes sense. So it's no
Mhm.
longer like an angry tone, but like a more hurt tone,
Yeah.
if
And
that
I see
makes
what you're
sense.
saying. Like, I
You've
guess,
read the book, so
yeah, that's why I'm like intrigued about it because
yeah,
I do remember her anger and like I've had a weird breakup. So, like, I understand, but also I don't feel like his intentions were malicious, you know? So I
yeah,
can understand being angry, but I can also see like over time how you could like let go of that anger because
yeah,
I mean, he was not a malicious person, but he definitely was not doing what he needed to do to
yeah,
continue a relationship with
yeah.
somebody. So
We just kind of felt
interesting.
like she reacted a little bit too bitchy at some points, and my agent was like, "This is not making me like her the way that she's reacting in this
No,
moment."
I could
And
see
I
that,
was
but
like,
like, no, I
"Yeah."
love her.
Like I do feel like she uses her anger as a bit of like a defense mechanism when it comes to him. Like she's using it to hide how hurt she is. So I just need to make sure that in those moments that I want her to still like react kind of bitchy or angry, that like in her inner monologue, we're seeing the reality of how she's feeling. Like she's not
Mhm.
angry, but she's using that outwardly to hide how hurt she is from him. Um, so yeah, we're changing some things. It's very exciting.
I'm interested. You said Christopher reacts differently. What is that sort of thing? Like, what is he looking at differently?
So we a note that she had the last round was that he um was kind of wanting Maisie back as more of like a convenience. Like she was just kind of there, and so he was using her as like convenience, like just because she's in front of him, you know. So we're making him yearn more, is what we're doing.
That's always good.
Yeah, so I'm making it more present that like he's still in love with her, he still misses her, not just because now she's suddenly in front of him. So I'm needing to add some more things in.
That makes sense. We love the yearning. All
Yeah,
the
I just
yearning
gotta
boys.
I gotta up the yearning, and kind of change how he views his career a little bit from the beginning. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Has there been any weird challenges that you haven't expected trying to do these?
Um, Not yet, I don't think.
That's
We're
good.
still like very early on. There's like 62 chapters in this book, so like we're still quite in the early days. Um, I'm expecting for when they're on their little adventure together. So when they're like actually interacting for the rest of the book, that's going to be challenging. We're also adjusting the flashbacks
Mm.
because my agent said that when she was reading, there were some moments where like it was confusing when we were jumping from present timeline to the flashbacks. I do change like the tense that it is, so it's in past tense when I go to the flashbacks, but that wasn't enough. And so we discuss italics. I hate big chunks of italics. I'm like, I can't do that. Um, and then we're also trying to think about if this book ever gets made into an audiobook. It needs to be clear
Mm.
when you're just listening to it that we're switching to a flashback. And so I actually rewrote. We've only hit one flashback so far, and we were brainstorming on how I could adjust it. Because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Um, and I ended up rewriting it to read more as a memory. So there's less dialogue than there was before. Um, so I'm very nervous about getting to the other flashbacks and having to rewrite those. Uh, it's a it's very much so a kill your darlings situation, I
Yeah,
think.
flashbacks are tricky.
Yeah, like I love these flashbacks, but there are gonna have to be some kill your darling moments in the
Oh
rewriting
no.
to make them more memories instead of like in the moment, like you're experiencing it with them. So I'm nervous, but you know what? It's okay. It's gonna be better, and I just have to know that like I can still go back and read the full flashbacks if I want to. You've read the full flashbacks, um, and it's just one of those things that needs to be done. You know.
Um, that makes sense. I've also, I'm, I'm really bad about flashbacks.
Mm.
I've been wanting to maybe incorporate more of that, but I've been trying to do it with like multimedia elements, but I'm currently realizing I might need a little bit more. So
Mm.
I'm having crisis mode though, because like there's just so much that's happened in the past in my characters.
Yeah.
So I do think having like recordings of audios and things like showing those sort of things is cool. But I think I need to like do more of what you're describing, where like we can actually kind of experience it with them a bit more. So
Yeah. We
tricky
did
stuff.
Yeah, we did discuss like putting them in separate chapters. Um, but like I said, we already have 62 chapters because I tend to go on the shorter side of chapters. Plus, I have two POV characters that I'm working with, and I was like, already 62 chapters feels like a lot. Like I don't know if I want to like split this up. And like the first flashback that we encountered, the chapter without the flashback, it was not significant enough to be able to split it into two. Um, so like yeah, we brainstormed a couple of different options, but the only one that really worked was to kind of rewrite the flashback. And so like I sent it, I like rewrote it, I sent it to my agent, and I was like, okay, before I move forward and like reach any other flashbacks, like does this work? Because then if it
Mm.
does, then I can go forward and like know how to tackle the rest of them. Um, so yeah,
Does you have thoughts?
she liked it. She said it was
Okay, cool.
a lot more clear. Um, and so that's the route that we're moving with forward, going forward.
Well, that's cool. I'm interested just in general to see the new version because it seems there's been like this is the second edit that I haven't seen. So
Yeah,
very curious
a lot has
too.
changed. The ending
Hmm.
changed.
I
Um,
know, I'm so curious about that. So
yeah, eventually I'll send you a newer version.
please give me an arc
Mm,
one of these days. I'm rooting for it.
thank you. We're fingers crossed. We're gonna try our best.
So, are there anything else that you're having plans to work on, or this is probably your main focus, obviously, but
Yeah, right now this is it. Once I send these edits back to her, I'm probably gonna move on to revising my other rom-com, mission
hmm.
rom-com. So
Yeah, that's exciting. If y'all want to know more about that, I think we had a solid segment in the last episode if y'all missed it, so I'll link that below.
I want to hear about your updates though,
Oh my
because I feel like
God.
we haven't really talked much recently about what's going on.
Yeah, so I think where I left off in the update episode for last time, mostly just talked about how I wrapped up draft one and what I spiraled into in October and November. Did nothing in December, okay, so it's fine. Um, but pretty much I finished that draft and then I read through everything and I have taken a step back, as I do sometimes, and
Mhm.
like went way crazy into the lore of everything that I've done. So I now have like a Bible document that I have been worshiping. But no, for real, like that document has helped me a lot. I even have a spreadsheet with
Ooh.
just like different scenes because the main thing that Giraffe 2 is becoming is I need to beef up Act Two.
Mm.
Like, that's the main problem because as someone who struggles to outline, I did outline this to the best of my ability, but there's just so many opportunities I missed out on that I'm now able to see after my first attempt. So I have so many new scenes, and that's why I'm like super intimidated right now because I I'm Act 1 right now, and I've like polished up several scenes and I've taken from draft 1. I think I'm at 12K right now, so for this draft. But like mind you, I have been ripping from the original, but I mean, these are new scenes, but just with pieces from it, like dialogue or just like a couple lines here and there that I thought like really evoked what I was going for.
Mhm.
But really, what I wanted to establish in these opening scenes was my character and what is her current life like. So I was trying to figure out the best and most concise ways to do that. Like, I want people to automatically be hit with there's something weird about her past with her sister. Her sister's dead. We know that. Her sister is dead. Something really messed up went down and people recognize her in public because of it in a negative way.
Mhm.
Two, I wanted people to quickly realize she can see ghosts. Okay. And with that, seeing ghosts, I want them to be able to recognize that the migraines that she has is connected to when she sees them. So those are like the three main things. And I feel like my first like two scenes kind of solidify that pretty well. There is a current ghost that she sees the most often right now. But she can see pretty much all of them, but she tries to pretend like she can't because she's in the past learned that if they know that you can perceive them, they might get attached to you. So that's another thing that I was trying to like make sure is very clear in these first couple scenes is how she feels distaste for all of these ghosts. Like some people would be really interested by this ability, but I think actually having that ability, the reality of that is not gonna be fun. Like these things are kind of like parasites. Um, I'm talking about this like it's real, but I believe in ghosts. Once again, I say it every podcast, I believe in ghosts. Okay. But I've been really excited because I've been noodling over these scenes like over and over again. I'm happy mostly with how it's written. But now I'm like trying to wrap up Act 1. I'm in I think it's called the debate. So she's had the inciting incident, which is pretty much this boy Julian from her past shows up and is like, "Hey, some mysterious deaths happen. Like, I think it might be related to the ghost that haunted us all those years ago." And she's like in a panic about that, obviously. She doesn't want to go back. Pretty much she's been living her life trying to disappear. And that's what's so different from not Act 1, from Draft 1. My draft had her such a hero. She really
Mhm.
wanted to dive into her past and like get justice for what everyone thinks her sister did, but really didn't because it was like demonic shit happening. It was not her. Um, but I really deconstructed all of that. She is not a hero, which I feel like is weird because you want your protagonist to be like a person that everyone would like automatically, but she honestly I find it a lot more interesting that she is more flawed and like she is traumatized by what happened. She actually doesn't want to go back into it, even though there was some wrongs. She's tried in the past and it did not serve her or her family well, so she doesn't want to go back. But
Mhm.
this inciting incident leads her to make some baby steps to slowly, she can't move on. You know, the way she lives her life right now, she thinks it's not affecting her, but she
Mhm.
doesn't let herself connect to anyone because she's terrified of things repeating itself. So it's like she cannot have a life if she doesn't ever face her past.
Mhm.
So I know I'm like ranting so hard right now, but like
No,
I've
I
been
love it.
so, thank you. I've been just, it's been like a light bulb for me because draft one, she was just so different, at least in the beginning. And I reached the end where I'm like, no, this is not her. Like what I thought she was is not her. She's a lot
Mhm.
more messed up, like at the start, which I feel like makes a lot of sense. But I'm getting stressed because I am at that 12K. I'm in the debate like moment right when it's about to go into Act 2. And that's when I have all these new scenes that I need to write. I have some
Mm.
stuff that like I'm going to like expand upon, but there's so many like fresh new scenes. And that's why I feel like I've been just I keep going back and like re-editing like
No.
I know and I'm just like I don't do this Peyton because
Oh
the
no.
odds are I'm gonna change how I want my opening and then like I just did all this work for no reason. I need to rip the band-aid off and draft these new scenes.
You
But
do.
I'm stressed though because it's like I spent all this time drafting this book, you know, and now I've been having fun doing what I've been doing right now with like taking what I already wrote and like it's been like a puzzle. Like what works right
Mhm.
here and like how can I frame it differently and make it like actually what I wanted it to be in my head. So I'm like proud of how those scenes have come out, but I'm about to go back in the deep end where it's like ugly again. And
Yeah.
it's it's fine, but I do think this is unfortunately, this is my process. Like, I would have never known those scenes existed or needed to exist without doing the work that I did.
Yeah.
So, I just have to keep the momentum.
You
So,
do.
I do. So, I need to finish the debate scene and just get in there. Get into that act two and really act three. I think there'll be like a little bit that will change, but like my ending is pretty much the same.
Mhm.
It's just Act 2. It just
Yeah.
complicates things like way more. The mystery hopefully will be a lot stronger. I want things to be scarier. It's not scary in my opinion right now. Like I want to really make things chilling. Like I
Mhm.
want and some of it, like my main character's not gonna understand what's going on, obviously. Like she sees a lot of scary shit. A girl that sees ghosts, like how do you scare that person? Like that's what I'm trying
Mhm.
to think about. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I
that's what's
believe in
going
you.
on. Thank you. I really just gotta keep it moving and I'm
Yeah.
gonna work on it tonight. I'm excited.
Yay.
I've been enjoying what I've been doing. Like it's been
Mhm.
a lot of fun. But I also feel like I been obsessively going back and working on my little Bible document. I need to
Mm.
stop because my book takes place over a month. So like I have everything broken down like over each day.
Mhm.
And there's some pieces like towards the end where like it's more blurry and I've just been obsessively trying to figure it out. And I'm like, Peyton, that's the thing about you. You'll figure it out once you're there. So
Yeah.
like stop freaking out about it because 100% I will change things again.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely will. My God. So, that's pretty much it. I guess we can move into the topic of today's episode, which I feel like kind of goes with what I was saying. Because I need to be resilient right now. I need to push. I need to go into this act two and write these new scenes. I'm excited about these scenes, but
Hmm.
I'm still anxious that I'm not going to be able to make it what I want it to be, which I thought I beat out of me writing act one. Or, excuse me, draft one. I thought I beat that out of me. I haven't. It's still trying to pop up.
Yeah,
So,
it's going to.
how do you build a writer's resilience? I don't freaking know. No one has this answer.
End episode. That's it. We don't know. We don't know anything.
I don't feel like we need to know. Like everyone is gonna have different things that makes them tick. And I feel like everyone that's dealing with this feeling that I'm discussing about just like trudging your feet and like maybe you obsessively outline things so you keep doing that and you won't ever start your freaking book because you're obsessively in the outline.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm doing that in reverse. I'm in like the draft two period, but somehow I'm like obsessively outlining things right now. I should have been doing that the first time around, but I'm not capable of it, okay?
And that's fine.
So I've just been thinking a lot as this year has continued. I've had a shitty start to my year. If I'm gonna
Mm,
be so transparent, this year has been diabolical already. I was like mentally spiraling for a couple weeks. I think I'm doing better now, but I'm just
that's
saying.
good.
Like, and we all have those moments when we're mentally spiraling, especially with the state of the world. Everything going on right now in the US is just disgusting. And it's just, I see an update every day of like something horrible that's going on. And those type of things can really, I don't know, like just make you not want to do anything.
Can really bog you down, you know?
Yeah, it's like it just makes you depressed, and it's like, what's the point of anything?
Mm,
Like, if shit is just always gonna be bad. But I think the important thing to remember is art is resistance. I love like saying something like that because you can feed your anger with the world into the work that you do, and you may not even realize that you're doing it. So, for example, I always go back to this, but in high school, I wrote my novella about the school shootings from the kids'
yeah.
perspectives. And I still kind of think I was kind of crazy because I like fully did that as a school project and I like presented it in a high school, but like it was on my mind, like the
Yeah.
state of the world entered my mind and I wanted to like that was my way of speaking out against it and like how does this make the kids in these schools feel like that's what I was going for. So
Hmm.
I don't know. You may not even realize that you're doing that sometimes, but I feel like I do that all the time with the stuff that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And especially like with whatever personal issues you got going on, one of the big things that inspired the book, Ghost Book, that I'm working on right now is because my main character, she deals with chronic migraines. And like that's one of my issues that like have just been my thing for over a decade. Like that's
Hmm.
just been one of my problems. And that shit can get really, really frustrating. Like, I'll just have weeks where I have one every single day, and it's like, what the heck? So, it helped to have something like a character to go to that also understood that. But also, let's kind of make it like a little twist. Like, she can see into the spirit world because of this pain. And like,
Hmm.
that's like part of the world is that like people with chronic pain, they have more of, I guess, like a sensitivity towards the spirit world. They're able, because it's a place of pain, it's suffering.
Hmm.
Like they're able to tap into it at least easier than other people. So, and there's more reason to it, but it just gave me a place to deal with my own personal struggles. And but that can also be exhausting. You don't always want to deal with your problems. So go write
That's
a
true.
romance with a billionaire. Like that would solve all my problems.
I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it was not that.
No, like every time I've read like a billionaire romance, it's just like
I've never read one.
really.
I don't think so. I should.
Actually, I think I've only read like one, but like I've read other like really rich dudes, but like there was
Mhm.
only one that was like a billionaire. But it's just a nice fantasy sometimes when you can
Yeah.
enter some sort of world like that. Like, dang, they could just give me $1 million and they're fine. Like, that's crazy.
I was gonna say that I love when authors take like their chronic issues and they put it in like a fantastical way that like aids the character. Like
Yeah.
with you doing it with your like ghost sensitivity and then like Lindsay Puckett with her new book coming out this year, Bitter Bones.
Yeah.
I think that one's really interesting as well. If you guys don't follow Lindsay Puckett, I
She's
don't know what you're
awesome.
doing. She's my favorite. Like she
Hmm.
just posted a video talking about how like impromptu kind of went on submission with her romantasy book that she's
I
working on.
saw that. That
And
was so cool.
I was like in tears the entire time. Like my eyes were just like welling up with tears, and I'm like, I know she didn't get a book deal out of this, but I'm just like so proud of her, and I just like, oh, I was like overcome with love for her. I was like, I'm obsessed with her.
It's cool because like she made the point. You just never know who's watching. So
Yeah,
like pitch them books, guys. You just don't know what's gonna happen. And that also encouraged me because we're putting ourselves out here right now talking about
yeah,
our projects. So you just never know.
never know.
Um, and then I just thought of another example. I've always loved Percy Jackson with the dyslexia and like
Yes.
how his own child, I think it was his son, like had dyslexia and he was
Hmm.
writing that to help his son or child see themselves. And I think that's so cool. And it's just part of like what I want to do as a writer, like those sort of things. I got a lot of problems.
You
So
do.
I only picked one for this book. Wait till the next book and I'll pick another one.
You will never run out of problems.
Yeah, I'll make sure it's there and then we'll get into mental illness. I'll throw that in there too.
I am very
Oh my
familiar
God.
with the mental illness.
But it is comforting though to know that other people understand. Like when I find a book with anxiety portrayed the way that I like hear it in my brain, like it's always jarring. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So
That's
that's
another thing that we're doing with this round of edits is we're upping Christopher's anxiety a little bit and like
good.
showing it a bit more, which I'm
Not good
excited
for him,
about.
but good for book.
Yeah, sorry, Christopher. You're gonna be on the brink of a panic attack a couple of
Every
times
day.
every day. Um, but yeah, like for me, like I wrote my book Reasons Why Not To, which is very heavily with the anxiety. Poor
Mhm.
Lila, I just riddled her with all of my problems. Um, And like that wasn't initially a part of the book. Like that book looks completely different than the initial idea that I had, and it's because of the anxiety, and it's because at the time that I was writing it, I was like feeling the peak of my anxiety. Like it was at such a bad place. And writing that book was really my way of like dealing with it and not feeling alone. Because I think at that
Yeah.
time, I had maybe read like one book, maybe two that had anxiety rep in it. It's a lot more common now, but at that time, I hadn't read that many that had it. And so this was really my way of like processing what I was going through and having somebody to relate to. And it was my way of like feeling less alone and also giving her a love story where the love interest was understanding of the anxiety and like
Yeah.
loved her because like in spite of it or like whatever and like was understanding and like kind towards her about it. That was like healing for me as well, and that's something that I like
Mhm.
to put in with my anxiety rep is like you are still lovable, like even if you have
Exactly.
anxiety and like this isn't something that's like going to keep you from finding that love, like you are still worthy of it. um
Yes. Period. No, like that's a great point. Like it's coping, but also I feel like you're building a community with potentially your future readers. Like people will find that and That's part of the reason I wanted to be a writer since I was little because I read books and I knew how they made me feel and
Mm.
I just like the thought that I could ever like give that to someone else is the coolest thing. So, we
Like
just got to keep
books.
doing it.
Books are a beautiful thing to like escape into. Like when you need to get away from your life, it's great because then you can like escape into a fantastical world or, fall in love alongside a character or, find new friends and explore new places. But it can also be a place where you find catharsis and a place where you can feel connected. Like I love nothing more than when a book can make me cry and make me like
Mhm.
feel so deeply. Um, and so I also love going to it to find connection and like catharsis, you know?
Yes, you put that great. And this
Thank you.
just like led me into the point I wanted to make about AI because I feel like the
Mm.
AI writers and the stuff it spews out, I just put you in a bad state. I'm so sorry.
I
But
have so many thoughts.
I know
Yeah.
that's why we're gonna sprinkle it. But they lack the human connection, like the
Yeah.
emotion. They could never fully encapsulate what we're describing right now because it's a
Yeah.
computer. It doesn't have feelings. Though it
Yeah.
tries. It tries, but you'll always be able to tell. And it's just upsetting because it just continues to become I mean, it's pervasive right now. It's just everywhere. But I
Like,
do feel like we will win because people will know. They'll be able to see that the
yeah.
emotion and connection are not there.
Because, like, another thing is, like, if I'm reading a book with anxiety rep, and then I read, like, the acknowledgments or an author's note or something where the author is talking about the inspiration behind it and, like, their own struggles, like, that makes me connect to it deeper. Like, knowing that you struggle with migraines, chronic migraines, and then reading about your character, it's like, okay, like, that's coming from a real place, like, a real
Yeah.
meaningful place. AI's not gonna
Yeah.
have that. Like, sure,
Absolutely
you
not.
can put in the prompt, but like, there's no real
Yeah.
heart there. Like,
Exactly.
nothing
Exactly.
makes me angrier right now than AI. Like, I am. Oh,
I
mm,
know. And as
yeah,
someone who has like great thoughts on it is Victoria Aveyard. They have several
love
episodes of
Victoria.
the Plot Twist podcast where they like dig into that. And I know they're particularly angry because like their own books are getting like thrown in there and like
Without their
stolen.
permission,
I know,
yeah.
I'm like, I can't imagine that. Like that would piss me off so bad. So they speak out about it for sure. Like that's messed up.
Did you
But
see recently that this author um wrote 200 books
that's what they
with
mentioned that
AI?
recently. Yeah. I'm like, how is anyone reading that and like enjoying it? Because I
And
cannot
like, how
fathom it
can you
actually being good.
how can you sit there and call yourself a writer when you're not doing any of the work? Like, writing
Yeah.
is such a difficult process, and we all hate it at times, right? But we still do it because we love it and we have that like desire to create something and connect with people. And like, I write because I have to. Like, I physically, like, I cannot not write, you know? And it's like, it makes me so angry that they call themselves a writer and they're not doing any of like the hard work that goes into it. Oh,
I know.
mm,
It'll never reach our quality
mm,
because I mean, even just like the shit I've dealt with this book, like it has morphed, my character has morphed from the original idea like so much. And if we were just throwing a prompt in there, like it would never have such an evolution, you know? And like I feel like I've really worked with my character and like just tried to like really interrogate like what do I want this book to be saying? Like I really want this to be more than just a spooky story. Like I want this to resonate with people and I just don't see how AI could ever do that. Just saying.
just I'm so annoyed with AI right now. Like, you, like, it's everywhere, and like trying to have a conversation with people about AI and they just like don't understand why it's so terrible. And I'm
I
like, you
know.
do realize that you're talking to like a creative person and you're like trying to tell me that like it's not a terrible thing. Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean? Like, what do you mean you're talking about
Also,
AI art right now? That's not art. That
oh
is
my
slop.
God, yeah. I know.
Ugh.
And we're not even discussing like the environmental impacts of it.
Oh.
Yeah, like we're not even into that. So like,
Ugh.
yeah.
I'm so angry.
But that's why we're talking about resilience. Like it's hard to see, like you mentioned, the person who spewed out 200 books because of this, and who knows how much money they're making. It can be frustrating seeing success like that. And I know some people are getting nervous that actual traditionally published books
Mm.
are using AI. And like there's not a true way to fully know as of now. So that is haunting to know that. And
It also scares me of like getting published one day and somebody accusing me of using AI.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, do you want to see all of my notebooks and all of my like different drafts? And like what do I have to do? I have the receipts. I will show you that I did the work.
No,
Like that. I
exactly.
know
We do got receipts.
that's been a conversation recently. Is like I think it was Victoria Aveyard talking about it and being
We just
like,
obsess with her.
yeah, and being like imagine because like I think she was talking. I think it was a clip from the podcast that I saw on TikTok, and it was she's an established author at this point, so people know that like she's doing the thing. She's like for like new writers coming up, like they could just be accused of using AI, and
Oh my God.
like
Yeah.
I yeah,
And that's just like could follow you, and there's no way, like we said, to fully say. Because even in schools, people like they have these AI trackers, but there's people that genuinely wrote it and it's getting marked as AI. So I'm like, that is super unfair.
I know.
Like for
And then
them
also
and their
like
paper.
real real writing is being used to train the AI. And so it's like it's mimicking the things that we do, and then it's like, oh, this is a sign of AI, and it's like, well, no, because I remember like M dashes. They're like that's a sign of AI,
I
and it's like,
know
do
it
not
makes me
take my
so
M
mad.
dashes away from me.
I feel like I can't use them anymore.
I know. And then I saw, I think it was yesterday, I saw somebody say that like a comma before and
Oh,
is,
really?
is AI, and I'm like, that's the Oxford comma. Like,
Yeah,
what
I
do you
mean, we
mean?
that's just used all the time.
Don't
That's got
hate,
me stressed.
don't hate on the Oxford comma. Like, what do you mean?
Well, here's part of what I was telling somebody recently is if you've been reading within the last decade, you would know that these things have been a thing for a while. Like these things that are
It's just
AI
grammar.
markers. That's what I'm saying. So it's
It's
like if
just
you have been
grammar.
reading, you know that everybody's been using the M dash for 15,000 years. And that's
I
why,
can't.
you know, we grew up reading those books. So we naturally have started doing that as well. Like it's a dramatic like emphasis. I love to use it.
Unfortunately, I overuse the M dash, and so
I do too.
N- Nikki has told me I need to cut down on the M dashes. It's
I
breaking my
know
heart.
it is a heartbreaker because something about it,
Yeah, and
something about it
she
just
was like,
has something.
I also love an M dash, and she's like, there were some moments where I added in an M dash, but I also need you to cut some, and I was like, okay, I will. So I'm having to really think hard about all my M dash uses.
It is hard. You
Yeah,
know, they
it's
just
another kill
somehow
your
make it
darling.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a dash, but it means a lot.
now I'm just angry.
I know, I'm angry. Let me leave it on this. This is kind of dark. Part of the thing that really drives me is, and it's morbid, but I want to be able to leave something behind after I die. Like, yes, I'm a body that will die one day, but I want, you know, ancestors or whoever to be able to see like what I was creating, going through what. Because, like we said, everything that we're going through, the state of the world, kind of weaves its way into our work. So, if I could leave anything behind, I would love to have several books. And I don't know, some people have different things that they would really want to be remembered by. And this is my thing. Like, I want to
Yeah.
have a shelf. of books. Like maybe it's one shelf on a bookshelf. That would be awesome.
Hmm.
That's what I'm rooting for. Even if I printed that shit out myself and put it on the shelf, you know? So hopefully I don't die tomorrow. It's not ready yet. Your
Peyton,
face.
you
Oh
can't
my
die on
God.
me.
I know I don't plan on it. But I'm just saying. That's what drives me though. Because I don't want someone to go read this first draft. That's not what I want to be remembered by. At least give me 4 or 5. Okay, with that said, do we want to discuss the books we're currently reading?
Oh yeah, that's a new segment we're adding in, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I thought that'd be cool because things
What a
gotta,
segue. Talking about death,
yeah,
and now like, what books are we reading?
yeah. Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, I'm
I
reading
want.
several, but I will speak of one so we don't get too crazy. Usually I have like a ebook, audiobook, and something physical,
Whoa,
all a different occasion. Sometimes I got the same book in every way.
look at you.
But I thought this would be the most relevant, so I'm reading a writing craft book. It's called Refuse to Be Done by Matt Bell. And
Mm.
I wanted this one for a while because I remember it mentioned months and months ago on someone's YouTube channel. And this interested me specifically as a someone who struggles to outline because this is it literally says how to write and rewrite a novel in 3 drafts.
Oh,
So I've read part 1 and 2, so that's draft 1 and draft 2.
okay.
And he also is a creative writing teacher. If anyone wants credentials, written several novels, whatever. So far, it's been helpful because he doesn't outline.
Oh,
And I wanted, even though I did have an outline, obviously my book morphed so much and I had to re-outline it in the middle of the first draft. So that's my brain. That's how my brain has worked in the past. So I wanted the perspective of someone who doesn't outline. How do they tackle the second draft? Like, what do they do? Because I'm currently doing that. And I think I'm capable of doing this, but I'm been stressed. So this has been another form of procrastination is just like seeing how people deal with the second draft because it's so daunting.
it
And
is.
I have a lot of quotes that I marked. I loved his stuff that he said about the first draft. It's a lot of like similar stuff that we've been talking about of just letting it go, letting it be shit. But it's
Mhm.
nice to see. But I read the second draft part today, and he had some interesting thoughts about he's kind of doing what I'm saying I'm doing, where you have like your first draft open and then the second draft open. But what he does differently is instead of copy and pasting things, he forces himself to write. Like if he wanted that piece, he forces himself to write each word.
I do
And
that.
that really, I'm like,
Mhm.
I didn't even think about doing that because, obviously naturally just see how you could make it better while you do that. Never
Mhm.
thought about doing it. And then he says he will delete that line or like whatever that segment was he drew from the first draft. So he like knows he
Oh,
used it. Obviously you'd probably make a new copy so you'd
yeah,
you'd have one. But I did think that was interesting too.
yeah.
So you could know like that you took some of that because there's a lot of the first draft that I'm probably not touching or reusing, but there is a lot of pieces that I do want to use. So I could easily see myself like fucking friggin'. Sorry. I don't think I've ever said that bad word before.
Ever in your life?
Ever. I've never said that word before.
Oh my God, baby Peyton. Her first swear word.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. An interesting way to look at it. And he pretty much promoted fully rewriting the second draft,
Mm.
which I feel like I'm in denial that I'm gonna probably do a lot of that because I'm writing so many new scenes. I have so many nuggets that like rereading, like I've just been really excited about. So I think a lot of shit will stay,
Yay.
but a lot of new shit's coming. So I gotta be
Yeah,
excited about it.
I'm
So
excited.
that's the current read, and
Yay. I've
I
never heard of that book before, but it sounds good.
it is pretty good. I feel like it most writing craft books I read, it's a very outline heavy person. He
Hmm.
goes in detail about the second draft doing that reverse outline
Hmm.
situation. Like that's when he goes crazy. So, and then he's able to create the plan. So I feel like this matches more of what I've done probably than anything that I've read, but I don't really want to read the third draft thing until I
Uh,
reach third draft. So I might put it on pause
that makes
until I'm
sense.
ready for that advice because it's more nitpicky stuff. And I feel like
Mm,
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that just yet because
not
then
ready to nitpick.
I'm not, because
Yeah.
I'm already trying to do it. I need to stop.
Yeah.
I just need to get the plot.
Hmm.
So what are you
Yeah.
reading?
Well, I did just finish reading Dirty Hit by Livy Hart. She's my
Oh,
favorite. That's her new hockey romance.
hmm.
That was good.
Ugh, I've
Those
never read a hockey romance.
I have now read like two, I think. And
Interesting.
it's funny because like I'm not a hockey person. I'm not a sports person. Um, and I was sitting down reading it the other day, and my sibling comes in, and they're like, "You're reading another hockey romance," and I was like, "I know, but it's my friend's book. Like,
You're
obviously, I'm gonna read
Canadian.
it. I am Canadian. And if I'm going to read a sports romance, I think it would be hockey, just because
Yeah.
I like ice. I don't like
Yeah.
hockey, but I like ice skating.
I love ice
Um,
skating.
yeah, or volleyball. I'd read volleyball, but I feel like that's not as prevalent.
It's fun. My sister used to play. I
Yeah,
will
me too.
say it hurts so freaking
Oh
bad.
yeah,
Like,
I used to get all the bruises
I
down the
know
middle.
that's the thing that I feel like I couldn't do
Yeah,
it just because it
yeah.
hurts so bad.
You get used to it. Um, anyways, so yeah, I just finished reading that. It was very good. I am listening to Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare
Oh,
on audio at the moment. How far am I? I was listening to it when I was getting ready today. I
is
am
this the first
67.
time?
Yes,
How is it?
it's okay. I'm 67% of the way through it. Um, I feel like sometimes I'm not fully paying attention, I'm not gonna lie. But it's good. I think I still prefer the Shadowhunter Chronicles. I feel like it's impossible to beat those. It's
She can't
also,
escape it.
no. This one is also like a royalty kind of fantasy,
Hmm,
and I've discovered that royalty fantasy is no longer my favorite.
interesting.
So that's a personal preference thing. So we'll see when I get to the end of this if I want to read The Rag Picker King. Um, but it's enjoyable enough to listen to, you know?
That's good. I
It's not
haven't
bad.
touched them yet.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just personal preference, I think, of the kind of fantasy that it is not
Yeah,
my favorite anymore.
it
I'm kind of
is
over the
weird.
royalty thing.
Honestly, I think I probably am too.
Yeah.
There's just so many of them.
Yeah, like this feels like a book that would have fit really well into like 2015,
Yeah.
that kind of era of fantasy.
She probably wanted to write it and has been trapped in the Shadowhunter land.
Maybe.
Because I'm sure
Um,
those contracts are crazy.
oh, I'm sure. There is a book that I'm about to start reading though.
Oh.
It's an arc of a book that came out last year. My bad. Um, it's How to Lose a Lord in 10 Days by
Oh.
Sophie Irwin. Um, I have not yet started the new season of Bridgerton, but I thought that this would get me into the mood for when
Yeah.
part two comes out soon. Um, so yeah, this one looks interesting. On the front, it says he wants a wife, she wants to be jilted. This is war.
Oh.
Oh, blurb by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Oh,
That's exciting.
wow.
Um, but yeah, it's giving Bridgerton vibes. In
Okay.
that
It
kind of
looks fun.
era. Yeah, so I thought I'd give this a try. I've never really read a romance book like this. I did recently listen to the first Bridgerton book. It was okay. But yeah, the font is quite large, so I thought that'd be a
Oh,
nice,
that
quick
sounds
read.
good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then I might get into some fantasy. I might get into
Well,
Phantasma by Kaylee Smith.
oh, I've been wanting to try that.
Yeah, it's on my winter TBR.
Yeah, I think
Winter
I have
is.
both of them because
I
I'm
just
convinced
bought
I'll
the
like
second
it.
one. Yeah, I just bought the second one because I was at Winners and they were having this huge clearance sale, and I found a copy of the second book for $2.90.
Oh God. Well, yeah, you had to
So
get it.
I was like, even if I don't like the first book, which I'm hoping I will, obviously, it's $2.90.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of fun, and honestly, it doesn't take much to
Yeah,
entertain me. So,
yeah, it looks good. I'm excited.
yeah. I've been reading a lot of nonfiction. I don't know what's going on with me. So,
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
I don't think I'm reading a fiction book right now, which is like,
That's crazy. You know what you should read?
what? Oh, Soul
Soul
Screamers.
Screamers.
Honestly, yeah, like, because I just read Hunger by Roxane Gay. I don't know if you ever heard of that. That
No.
was a memoir, and it was one of those audiobooks where they read it to you. I love those type of books.
Mm.
So I loved that one. I'm reading All About Love by Bell Hooks.
Oh,
Um,
I know that one.
and I'm really enjoying that one too.
I've
And
heard
then
good things.
my bitch ass can't remember what else I'm reading, so let me pull up Goodreads.
You should be reading Soul Screamers.
I know, but I'm like, why have I become an intellectual all of a sudden? Like, I'm reading nonfiction, and then I'm
Oh, you're so funny.
this. What's going on with me?
You're just craving to learn.
Well, I started my year reading 15,000 Freedom McFadden books, so I feel like I now I need to be an intellectual. But I did read The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson for the first time.
Oh,
Yes, that
that was
one.
the Carrie one, right?
Yeah.
I've read
And
that one, I think.
listen to the audiobook for anyone who is listening if you haven't read
I
this
think
book.
I think I did listen to
It
the audio.
was so cool. It was honestly the perfect type of book to read, like in the genre of what I'm doing, because it was a multimedia, like, um,
Mm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, since it's inspired by Carrie, obviously, like a little
Yeah.
bit of paranormal magic involved.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I thought it was so well done. I love Tiffany D. Jackson,
I need to
and
catch up on her books.
I do too. This was a part of doing that because I haven't
Yeah.
read anything since White Smoke.
Mm.
So I read this one and I got her latest one, The
Her-
Scammer,
I've got an arc of that. My bad.
and she had a middle grade come out too. So
I also have that one.
we gotta catch up. But yeah, that book was really, that was the last fictional book I read and it was really good.
That's crazy.
It doesn't feel fictional though when it's something like multimedia like
Mm.
that. It was just so cool. But oh my God, let's move to some questions for today. Y'all send us questions. I think we call this the Dear Writer segment. We're not very organized over here. But if you ever have a question, please leave it below on whatever platform you're on because we'd love to answer them. And I chose today's first question. So this one I thought, we all have a favorite place to write. So I said, what's our favorite places to write? Because I have a couple places that I
Okay.
just go in different places.
You
Should
cycle
I?
through them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go.
One of them is right here. This is my
Wow.
desk. This is my desk. I mean, this is my office. I have
hmm
all of my books in here. It's very inspiring. But I also have this cute green grandma chair over here. And I have a lamp made out of a stack of books. Like everything about this
Oh,
room is vibes. I
I
need to
talk
do a
about that
library tour.
lamp all the time.
Really?
The one that
Oh my
Kaden made
God.
you.
Yeah.
I talk
I
about it
gotta
all
tell
the
him
time.
that. He'll be
Yeah.
so proud.
I'm like, I need him to make me one.
I don't understand technology.
Yeah, I don't know how he
Like,
did that.
I don't get it either. But they had to drill a hole through all the books, and he let me keep like the shavings because these are all my favorite books.
The
Like,
shavings.
yeah. So he made me like pick out 10 of my favorite books, and I struggled with that. Like, it
Yeah.
was the hardest thing ever. But I
I
did come
know
up
I
with a list.
I know Red, White, and Royal Blue is there. I
Yes.
don't remember what else is there.
Could you guess anything else? It's a
Oh, the
lot of,
Hunger Games.
yeah, but specifically Catching Fire. It's a
Okay,
lot of
okay.
classic YA. So these are like like sentimental favorites.
This,
Obviously, I have more modern picks,
yeah,
but these are like
I can't remember what else is there.
okay, there is a Marissa Meyer. Could you guess which one?
Is it one of the Lunar Chronicles?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, like which one would be my favorite?
Is it Cress or Winter?
It's Cress.
Okay.
Yes. I love Cress and Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then I do have Divine Rivals in there.
Cute.
I got Ignite Me,
Oh,
Clockwork Princess.
oh yes.
This
You
one's
have taste.
controversial with you. 7 Days in June. I
Mm,
love that book, but I will say it's one of those where I saw myself in the character a lot because she has really bad chronic migraines. And
yeah.
that was like the most like descriptive I've ever read about it. Because there's been a handful of others, but that one was really spot on. And I also liked the romance because it's between writers and I
Mm,
just liked it. But I have As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson,
obviously.
An Ember in the Ashes, and Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I
Mm,
love that book. That's like, it's a mystery thriller, but that is genuinely the scariest book I've ever read. Like, it
really?
is horrifying. It is so horrible. Oh my God. And like, if people, I recommend it to people, but I'm like, I mean, it is sexual violence at its worst and descriptive gore. So, but
Be
it's
prepared,
between,
basically.
yes, but it's between two sisters and like uncovering what happened to their sister that went missing a million years ago. And it's definitely written by a woman. So that's what I'm saying. So it deals with the topics, I say, in my opinion, well, but who am I?
A woman.
I am a woman. Thank you. But dang, I keep going on tangents. I
One of
also
those
write,
days.
I know, I'm so sorry, guys. It's been a while. Um, I also write in my bed a lot. Like, I
Mm,
love being cozy in my blankets and just have my laptop. So I got like a desktop computer. Love it. It's purple. I fought for my life to get this computer, still
mhm,
paying it off. Like, oh my God. But I got my laptop for those moments where I want to just like be in bed. And
mhm.
I want to be the coffee shop girly, but I've barely done that. But I'm
Okay,
going
listen.
to be.
Listen. I just did a writing vlog where I let Instagram control my writing day,
Oh
right?
my God, I need to watch it.
Yeah. And I wanted to write outside of the house. So I was like, okay, should I write at the library or should I write at the bookstore? I was hoping the bookstore because I work at a bookstore. And so I was like, I don't have to actually go anywhere because it was after my shift. I was like, I can
Oh
just stay
no.
here. The library one. So I went to the
Dang.
library and it was so overstimulating
Oh
that like
no.
I could not fully concentrate.
Oh
Like it was
no.
crazy. And I
Like
didn't
people just running
realize
around.
there's just a lot of people. I think it might be midterms. I don't know what's going on. I'm so disconnected from the school world. Like I don't know what's happening ever. But there was a lot of college age people in there, and there was no like empty tables. I had to sit in an armchair. Um,
Dang.
and I don't think I realized just how much of my writing process is like me talking aloud to
Oh my
myself
God, yes. That is
because
so real.
I felt so stifled. I'm like, what do you mean I can't just like talk to myself right now? I
Yeah.
felt too in my head. I'm like, I need to express myself. Um,
Even
so
just to
that
like
was
whisper it to yourself,
yeah.
just to
And
hear how something sounds.
yeah, it was an experience, a learning experience, if you will. Um, yeah. I want to also be like a coffee shop or like, an out of the house writer. I'm gonna try a couple more times. I think the next time I do it, I'll do it at work at the bookstore.
Yeah.
Because that's my safe space. And if it gets too overwhelming, I can just go into the staff room.
Yeah.
So,
That's a valid thing to bring up though, because
yeah,
it's hard to focus as is. And now you got all these people around. So, but where
it
do you
was
like to do it in your home?
in my home. I like to do it here at my desk. Um,
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm in my office as well. Got all of my books. Across from me, I have like my Lego typewriter, and I've got my writing craft books, and I've got a little poster that says "Follow your dreams."
Oh,
I've got a Barbie doll at her own little writing desk,
oh,
um, and so like that's very inspiring for me to look at. Um, I also like to write from my bed though, not very often. I do try to utilize my desk set up as much as I can. Plus, I love my keyboard, and I can't use the mechanical
yeah.
keyboard from the bed, so that's less fun. Um,
Hmm.
but also in that vlog, people voted for when I got home to write from my bed instead of my desk, and it is fun. You know,
It is.
it is fun to write from the bed. It's just a bit more of a process because like I
Yeah.
can't have my keyboard, and if I want to like charge my laptop, I have to grab my cord and like I gotta make
Yeah.
sure I got my like lap desk thing, and I don't know. I feel more official when I'm at my desk. I feel more
It
writerly
definitely,
and like,
yeah.
you know.
Part of my problem is since I have two separate computers, I have to like keep downloading the files.
Uh,
So if I worked on one of them last, I start to be like, I don't feel like getting my files, so I'm just gonna work on my computer, my laptop.
mm,
They're both
yeah.
computers.
I really want to get a second monitor, like use my laptop and
It's
a
game
monitor.
changing.
Because when I revise, I tend to have like a million documents open. Even though I'm
Hmm.
drafting, like I've got a million things open. So I think it'd be nice to have two, but I've got so much shit on my desk that I'm like, I don't even know how I could fit two things. And like, I've got one of those like swivel lamps that I'm like, I feel like would be in the way. Like, I'm trying to figure out the setup on how I want to like try to get a second monitor. I don't want something huge. Like, if it's the same size as my laptop, I think that works. So I'm in the
You could get
market.
like a riser thing, so
Yeah,
then you could still put stuff underneath it.
that's what I was thinking, but I've got like another issue is like I've got my laptop on a riser, and so I'm like, if I get a riser for the monitor, will I put the riser for the laptop on top of that? I'm
So many questions.
I know, because I saw one I really liked at HomeSense recently, and I almost bought it, but then I was like, it's kind of large, like I don't know how I'm gonna do with my like decorations on my desk, and then I was like, I already had like I just bought this riser for my laptop last year, and I'm like, is it gonna fit on top? Is it gonna be too much? Is the laptop gonna be too high? I had a lot of issues, so
I understand. I will say it is game changing
to have
to have
multiple
two.
screens.
It's definitely really nice. So I think try to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm in
It's
the
definitely it's weird to change your desk around though
yeah
when you're used to it
desk.
in one type
My
of way.
my desk has pretty much been the same in terms of like the decorations that are on it surrounding my laptop. It's been about the same since I got this desk in 2020. Um, the only thing that has changed is the keyboard and like I got a desk mat. My question is, who are our favorite authors?
I feel
I
like
know
we should
that's
limit this to like three just
three.
to try.
Oh
Not like
gosh.
in actuality,
Oh,
but only mention like a couple.
I'm the one who chose this question, and I'm already
I know
regretting
this is
it.
a horrible question.
Oh,
Whoever did this tried to torture us.
yeah.
There's no way to answer.
I'm like looking at my books behind me
Let me look at
in
my
the
book.
camera, and I'm like, I've got too many. Like, I want to like divide it by genre.
I know.
Be like, can I
That's
say
like a big
my
thing.
favorite fantasies and my favorite romance authors? Oh, I've
Do
got too
it.
many. Because like immediately, Marissa Meyer is one of them.
Yeah.
Like without a shadow of a doubt, Marissa Meyer.
Yeah.
V. Schwab, obviously.
Suzanne Collins, obviously, is one of my favorite people ever.
Like I want to try to do it for like authors that I've read multiple books from that are not necessarily in the same series. So like Suzanne Collins, yes, but I've only read The Hunger Games by her, so like I feel
Yeah.
like I don't want to mention her. Tahara Mafi. I love Tahara
Yeah.
Mafi.
One of my favorite authors right now is Tracy Dion.
Ooh, I
She
want to read Legendborn so
I
bad.
love those books. I've read the first two twice, and then the third one only once because it came out not too long ago.
Mhm.
But those, it was one of those where I loved it even more the second time reading it. So I feel like
That's the best.
she's a heavy hitter for me recently.
I
I've
think I have
missed.
I think I have
So
Legendborn on my TBR for the year.
I hope you love it. It really brings
Thank
that
you.
like old vibe, urban fantasy, YA. I love it so much. And there's like a love triangle and I love everybody in it. So it's classic.
The books are
Classic vibes.
so beautiful. Like I
They
only have the
are.
first one. I got it. I thrifted it last year, I think. Um, oh, and I want to own them all because it's so pretty on the shelf.
I hope you love it. I
I'm
really
sure I
do.
will. Tasha Bouillon is one of my ultimate favorites.
Yes, I've only
Love
read
her.
Counting Down with You, so I
Oh
really
my,
need to continue because I loved that book.
oh
Like
my God, you're gonna
top
love her other
tier.
ones, like A Show for Two, with the Tom
Yeah.
Holland inspiration of it all.
I know that one is so cool.
Oh
I
my
have
God,
several of the others, so like they're
yeah.
ready to go.
And then Stay with My Heart, the
Yeah.
band of it all. I'll
Yeah.
pretend you're mine, the fake dating, PR dating of it all. Like,
She's had so many books.
I know
I
she has
need
a
to
new
catch
one
up.
coming out next month. I'm so
Oh
excited.
my God.
Oh
I
my
did
God,
not
I
know
love her
that.
so much. Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broca,
I
adore
still
them.
haven't read them.
Christina Lauren, um, Livy Hart, Rachel Moore, Sophie Sullivan. Now I'm just telling
You
people that
just
I
you
know.
just going. You just going. I do
Um,
love Emily Henry.
oh yes, Emily Henry.
I do like her, yeah.
Oh my God, Emily Henry. Um, Ella Montgomery. Gotta throw a classic out there.
Yeah, V Schwab would probably be one of mine as well.
Yeah.
Cassandra Clare,
Oh yeah,
Holly
obviously.
Jackson.
I don't
I
know how she
love,
didn't immediately come to your
I
mind.
don't know. I need to just look at my stack of books over here.
That was crazy. Becky
The Bossy
Albertalli,
Gear.
Ashley Poston.
Yeah,
Now I'm just naming every author on my shelf that I see.
I know.
Oh my God, did you see the cover of Heartstopper Volume 6?
No!
It was released today. It's so
Oh
cute.
my God, I missed that. I'm about to Google that
The
like
spine is
immediately.
purple. And I'm so
Ah, that one's definitely Heartstopper's one of my things.
yeah.
I love it.
Oh my God. You're gonna love the cover. It's so cute.
So it's a green and then the spine is purple and they're
They're
kissing.
kissing.
Yeah. July.
hmm
And it's the final one. Oh
I'm
my
not ready
God.
for it to be over.
I know. Yeah, that she's definitely one of my favorites,
hmm
specifically because of Heartstopper. I was like trying to think of people like because I love an author for one particular like book or
Yeah.
series. And like, is there somebody that outlasts just like that one particular series?
I feel like I have to mention Morgan Matson and Jenny
Yeah.
Han as well.
Yeah.
Although Jenny Han, I am
Where is the
personally,
next book?
where is it? I love, that you're working so hard on, the summer I turned pretty and like you're popping off in the TV and movie world and I love that for you.
Come back to us though.
Come back to us. It's been
So long.
almost a decade.
Has it really? It does
Always and
make me
Forever.
sad.
Always and Forever Lara Jean came out in 2017. Girly, where are you? I miss
And
you.
she's clearly like she found what she's good at with these YA books. So, and then she's gonna run out of stuff. So she needs to come back and then
I
write some more and then adapt those.
I'm not gonna lie, like once the show was ending, I was like, oh my God, the show's gonna end and she's gonna come back to us with a book. And then they announced the movie and I was like,
I know
so
she's not
excited.
coming back for several years at least because of
Give
that
me a
movie.
book. Like, I can't
Yeah,
do it anymore, Jenny. Jenny, I can't. I need a new book. It's been too
I
long.
know. It really has.
And
She's
like
talented in multiple ways.
I would love to see her do an adult book. Because I find a lot of YA authors who are like established in YA have been going to adult.
They
Would love to
have.
see that from her.
Maybe that's what she needs to do. Like if she's getting bored. I'm just assuming her life right now, but if
I
she's
think she's
getting
just so
bored,
busy with everything she's doing. She's just preoccupied. But girly, I need a new
yeah,
book. Your books are getting lonely on the shelf. They need new
they
new
are lonely.
siblings.
It's so sad. I'm looking at them over there.
I know. That is something I think about so often. I'm like, Always and Forever Lara Jean came out almost a decade ago. It's been too
It's so
long.
sad.
Like if I were to sit here, I always have Jenny Han and Morgan Matson next to each other on my shelf because they're good friends. And I'm like, if I were to sit down and count how many books Morgan Matson has come out with in the last decade
Yeah.
compared to Jenny Han, wow,
When was Morgan Matson's last book?
last year.
Oh my God. Well, I've not been in the loop.
I know I'm a little bit behind on her books. I've missed a couple, but it was Grad Chanted. That was like the
Oh.
Disneyland books that she had coming out.
Oh.
I read Prom Chanted and it was cute. It's like the characters go to Disneyland, and then one of them ends up getting trapped in Sleeping Beauty, like in the movie. It
Oh.
was like a cute and cheesy time. But Grad Chanted is the companion book, and they go on like the grad senior trip at Disneyland, and I think that one I'm gonna enjoy even more.
That does sound cool. Oh, I
Yeah,
see Prom Chanted.
yeah,
That's
I
a
read
cute
that
cover.
one at Disneyland. Like I specifically
That's
curated my entire TBR um, to be like a Disney related books. Like I also read If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy.
oh,
Um, and I read I think there was one more that was like a fairy tale retelling or like a Disney type book where like I really curated that TBR. Prom Chanted was the perfect book to read.
it looks
Um,
so cute.
yeah. But I've got a whole author backlog spread going in my bullet journal because I'm behind on my authors. Um, The Ballad of Darcy and Russell. I can never remember that title, but
Oh
that's
yeah,
her other book that came out that I need to read.
I see that one.
Yeah.
Well, dang.
Yeah,
We have a
we're such
lot of authors
ramblers.
we love
So many.
and a
Oh my
lot of
god,
things.
Emma Lord. Sorry, we love Emma
Oh
Lord.
yeah, I really
Sandia
love.
Menon.
Yeah. Is that tweet cute?
Hmm.
Yeah, I really liked that one.
Okay, we should wrap this up. We've been talking enough already.
Yeah. There's just too many authors. Like I'm
Too
just staring
many.
at my shelves and I'm overwhelmed.
I know.
So, yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do all of that. But thank you guys so much for listening to this long ramble. We kind of covered a lot with our updates, which both are pretty exciting advancements that we have made. Also, our angry, passionate thing about AI and our
Ugh.
writer resilience against all of these things. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening again, and we will be back soon. If you have any questions, like I said, leave them below. But so long, guys.
Bye.
Bye.